Who could dislike this? Hello there, it is episode 2 of the lockdown listening party. In case you can't read my channel name, I'm Tim Senna. Before the dark times, I was a radio presenter and a vlogger of gigs, those things we used to have where people would run at each other while listening to music. But now, none of that can really happen. So what I've got is people submitting tracks to me from my email, which is on the screen now, timsennamedia@gmail.com. I've had loads of submissions since episode 1, which was a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just going to go through them all now, have a quick listen to them, and not criticise, just showcase. Like it hit people with a wave of brand new music to invigorate and hydrate their desert-starved musical taste because of, I don't know what, commercial stuff. Okay, Lockdown Listening Party, track 1. This is a track from a band called Zkeletonz, like Skeletons with a Z. They brought me this track on email. It's absolutely awesome. I think it's part of the little new disco movement we've got out of the Midlands. This is their new track, and it's called Don't Be Lonely Now. I needed to start off with this one because it brings the energy higher. I love this because I was literally thinking as I listened to this, oh, it was really reminiscent of Patawawa, who are an amazing new disco band from Nottingham. And I think the next track on SoundCloud literally was a Patawawa track, so that says it all. And I think you guys know each other. It's just making me miss live gigs as well, because I saw Patawawa live, I'm sure Skeletons are the same. And when you have this kind of new disco vibe, everyone's dancing, everyone's moving, and we haven't had that in a whole month now, which is pretty terrifying to think about. And you know it's an effective track, because I feel like I think I've listened to it like 3 times now, and already it's stuck in my head to an extent where I'm like, oh yeah, Skeletons, don't be lonely now. Like, yeah. It's an earworm, and I really wanted to start with it because it brings the energy up high. So thank you for that submission, Skeletons. Skeletons, yeah. Let me know. Comment below if you're watching Skeletons. How do you actually say your name? I'm sure it's just Skeletons. Skeletons. I'll practice that. On with the tunage. The next track is from a duo of rappers from Birmingham who are absolute legends, just young geniuses, hard-working, grafting. I interviewed them in Tim Hortons, which is a great coffee shop because it shares my name, and is Canadian, as all good, warm, comforting things are. I interviewed them in Tim Hortons, I think it must have been probably this time last year for BBC Introducing. Very, quiet, humble, focused guys. They've been on the grind for a long time now, and even crossing over into the Desi music scene, the British Asian music scene, which is really amazing. Like, I've been exposed to that scene through working for BBC Asian Network. There's some sick stuff going on with, British Asian music being reworked into, like, I guess rap and R&B. There was a track last year from Mist, Birmingham's own, collaborating with a massive Punjabi rapper called Sidhu Moosewala, and that just, sums up what is happening in British Asian music right now. So, without further ado, 16 JSupreme, they dabble, I think, a bit in that scene, but they're just making moves, and this is their new track they sent to me. Big up, guys. This is We Ain't the Same, 16 JSupreme. The production's always so clean, I'm pretty sure they do it themselves. Bear in mind, I think they've only been making music about a year or so. Maybe a bit longer, maybe 2. You know that Birmingham is the power city for rap as well at the moment. Like, we were keeping grime alive about 5-6 years ago when London was dropping off a little bit. No disrespect, but Birmingham has just been coming through for so long. People like JK, people like Daps on the Map, people like Mist, and even Safwan. I think he's from a little bit more towards the Black Country, but Chilling with Mahalas, there you go, a little Mist reference. I think you can't teach flow. It's something that you have to kind of have like an innate understanding of, like how to ride a beat, how to not be constantly clashing with it, and it just seems so seamless, the way they're doing it at a young age. I love these guys as well, they're just so humble, and everyone I speak to has got a good opinion of them. So there you go, big up, 16 JSupreme, We Ain't the Same. Track 2 on a lockdown listening party. Great music, rap music, straight out of Birmingham, so had to showcase it. I don't think we had any rap last week, but I adore rap music. Rap music was actually the first local music that I got into in Birmingham. Shout out Jackie P. And the Night Skit, which some of you guys may remember at the Sunfire Lounge. Like, honestly, I think it's the music I find the easiest to connect to, because it's kind of the rawest and the most honest in a lot of ways. So check out 16 JSupreme. I'll try and have everyone's social links in the bio. But on with the music, and the next track comes from the one and only El Sam, the Arabian Prince. An absolute legend, El Sam, and someone who I've known for a number of years. He looks immaculate. He's like a full-on model pop star, and he bought one of my t-shirts, and I feel like they're good t-shirts, shout out to Provide for helping me make them, but he kind of elevated me to like this higher level as a concept by just looking like so modelly in this shirt in a way that I never could. And he's just such a talented singer, such a positive energy in the Birmingham music scene. He's got a new song out now which is called The Keys. And this is it. He's always got that kind of, I don't know if it's quite noughties, but more retro synthiness to his instrumentals. And this is a really raw track as well, like emotionally I think it's probably the most upfront I've heard him be, I think. Oh, his voice is just like achingly beautiful. He's got a really unique voice. I think it's never good to compare to people. His voice is a little higher on the range, so I guess you'd compare it to Sam Smith, but he's doing a very different thing to Sam Smith. He's nailing those notes. It makes me feel like I'm watching an X Factor or Britain's Got Talent audition. And that's not an insult, you know. I think there is very much a time and a place for that music, and there are a lot of people making that music at a local level, and people maybe overlook that and think that only local music is bands and, you know, garages and whatever. It's so clean in the production as well, it's so well produced the way it swells, and I think it's so easy to get that wrong. Right, next track is from, this is a band called Second Thoughts. They're from Hertfordshire. They just sent this to me and it was a really pleasant surprise because they're outside of the normal circle of like Birmingham music, but I heard it and straight away, I don't know, I got a really charming impression from them. So check this one out, Second Thoughts, Another Guy. That's a lovely indie riff to start with. And now it's sad. Is that Discord? I think. Yeah! It's making me think of like RTA Monkey's demos with that. Maybe a touch of Mardy Bum. When they start singing, it's very different to that, but you know. And it's obvious, like, this isn't meant to be some kind of like, I don't know, operatic Tom Jones, Dua Lipa, incredibly pitch perfect vocals. And what it actually reminds me of is a band called Los Campesinos, who had a male singer similarly, who, you know, he didn't have an operatic voice, but he made it work so well, and it makes it feel authentic that, I don't know, he's just almost talking, it's almost spoken word lyricism, and it makes it feel, I don't know, like that 2006 indie vibe, I think. Also, I noticed on this, 16,000 plays on this track, which is mad for a new band. I love your photo as well, Second Thoughts. You look like such a fun band. If the band promo pic is good, you know they're a good bunch of people. That's not really true, ignore what I'm saying. So this is Second Thoughts with another guy. Check them out on Twitter and social links. I'm sorry if I can't include them all in the bio, there's a load of people here, but you should all check them out. The next band, I believe, are from Coventry. They go by the name of Luna Rosa. They sent this track to me, I think it was 2 days ago. And I've actually included it because, obviously it's a great song, but this one particularly has the same name as a Muse song, MK Ultra, which is a CIA mind control program that I think was running in the 1980s or something. Muse wrote a song about it, and Luna Rosa have also written a song which may be about it or maybe about something else entirely. It's such a clean vocal, that kind of growl, it's a bit like Tom Grennan. I'm completely wrong about Luna Rosa, they're from Northamptonshire. There's a band called Luna Kiss who are from Coventry. Luna Rosa have a great name and are from Northamptonshire. Oh, no way. And you guys, I'm just seeing on Spotify, you're going to play with Alex Ohm. I hope that goes ahead, September the 25th. I feel like we'll be alright by then, I'm hoping, with gigs. Alex Ohm with Luna Rosa. So maybe there's the Birmingham link to you guys. Oh, there's a bit of Foles and a bit of Yanis in that vocal call, which I absolutely adore. One of my favourite bands ever, Foles. You know, the point I always try and make, popularity doesn't add any quality to music, and that works either way. Popular music isn't necessarily rubbish or great. It's just, you know, there's some music with 100 views that is better than music with 1 million views. But there's also music with 100 million views that's way better than music with 10 views, if you get me. That's Foles. Okay, that's very Folesy. I hope you guys are Foles fans, but I really love that. I think that's kind of Total Life Forever Foles, maybe Holy Fire. Oh, okay, first headbang of the episode. Luna Rosa, MK Ultra, that is incredible. I really want to see you guys live with Alex Ohm then. It was September the 24th, 25th. I hope that goes ahead. Thank you so much for sending it. We're going to shift the vibe way down, way down now, with a legendary artist called Mahalia, who is by far the biggest artist I've included on, I think, this entire episode. Basically, she is a graduate of BOA, which is an academy in Birmingham that has produced some crazy talent. She is probably its best export. She has just shown everyone how good she is with kind of... it's bad to just slot her in with Georgia Smith because she's, you know, very much her own artist doing her own thing, but she's a brilliant songwriter, a great talent, just all in all, a great kind of public figure for everything that she, you know, puts out in terms of images and stands for. And as you're about to hear, with probably, arguably, the best voice in the UK music scene right now.
Woke up this morning and I looked to my left, thought you were here, baby.
I should say, this is her new track, BRB, from Isolation Tapes. There's just something beautifully natural and soulful about her voice that makes it unique. And it's like Manuka honey for your ears, and I could listen to her all day and not get bored or worn down by it. Ooh, okay. Bit of a kick there. My favourite Mahalia track ever is a track called No Pressure, and I think that was the point where I was completely won over on her, because I saw her literally on her camera phone like this, singing into it with an instrumental background played on her computer, much like I'm playing on my phone right now. And she was pitch perfect, absolutely flawless. And I think that says all you need to know about Mahalia. Her lyrics are just so kind of acidic, I guess. There's always that little kick to them that makes them so kind of human, so natural, because we all feel like that sometimes. Like she's saying with I wish I miss my ex, and I don't know, all of her music is very relatable because she talks very frankly about her personal life in it, and relationships as well. But yeah, Mahalia. Oh, I don't even want to stop it, but we've got a lot of tracks to get through. I don't need to plug Mahalia, she's already one of the biggest artists in the UK and soon to be one of the biggest in the world. That's BRB. She's incredible. She's from the Midlands, so we can claim her. I think she's from Leicester, but she studied in Birmingham, so she's got a tie to this area, and I am gutted that I didn't get to see her when she played Castle and Falcon. So, I don't know, I was... Clout time. I was hearing Mahalia's tracks thanks to Brum Radio, a local station, who were sort of aware of her back in 2017 when it was, I think it was 17, her track, Diary of Me, and back then I was just like, holy, crap, this is an amazingly talented person. And so often you hear tracks at that level and then that individual for whatever reason doesn't get the support they deserve or doesn't go on, and it's so sick and rewarding to see with her shooting up and getting the love that she deserves, and she deserves even more coming her way. So I really maybe should have put a bit more thought into the tone, the sonic shift of this playlist, because we're now going to go to a really heavy rock track from Leeds. Shout out to Chris, who used to be in a band, I think he might still be in a band called Pet, a punk band from Birmingham. You've now gone to Leeds to study whatever, you're at uni, and you sent me this track by a band, a new band called the Northern Riots. This track is called Little Smile. I love the way that it's noisy, but it's actually really good playing and quality. Like, I think in this genre, it's so easy to just have like a bedroom recording and then it just sound a bit too low quality, but this is the perfect balance. Proper good vocals as well. I want to say as well, 48 monthly listens on Spotify. You would not know listening to this, I think I've restarted the track by accident. Oh man. But I think you look at what's happened with the Blinders recently, and more heavy rock music coming through, and with that post-punk influence. This is like very much the new sound of rock in the UK, and Northern Riots, add yourselves to that list, the upper echelons of post-punk. I hope that's right. I haven't just mortally offended you with your sound. It's sick either way, and I want to see you at a warehouse gig. I know you know the venues, Chris, so bring Northern Riots back to Birmingham. We'll accept you with open arms and several sweaty mosh pits, I imagine, as well. Okay, right, I've got one more track on my little Spotify playlist and then a few more from different sources, including maybe the one that you're watching this video for, which is an incredible cover of a certain One Direction, or ex-One Direction star. But first of all, I was talking just about Mahalia going to BOA. Jaydonclover, an artist from Birmingham, she also went to BOA, and I was interviewing her on BBC Introducing recently. She was there at the same time as Mahalia, I think, in the first ever year of it. She wasn't like overwhelmingly positive about her experience there, but like Mahalia, she is an incredible talent who has come through that process and, for better or worse, is now producing some incredible music. This is a track off her new album Recovering Lover. It's called Lulla-bye, and it is just a 5-minute epic with a narrative that you could easily miss, but is just so original and integral and biting, I guess. Anyway, just listen to this one, it's beautiful. Oh man, I'm chilled out now. Oh, that is just like swimming through honey. by far the lowest tempo song on a playlist so far, but it works so well for it. I'm losing my voice.
The stars are coming out to play. The means you're gonna drift away.
I want to listen to this track while looking at a night sky, because I've always loved that line, the stars are coming out to play. And the moment I heard this track on Introducing Uploader, I was rinsing it. I got it on my phone and I was just playing it over and over again on the way to interview her. I should also say, Lulla-bye is spelt like bye-bye, as in lullaby, because I'll explain the concept of the track now. It's basically she's sort of killing an ex over the course of this song, because it's like an abusive relationship, and there's a line she says later in the song which is same shit, different boy, and I won't let this happen to another girl. And she was describing it to me so vividly, so lucidly, the way it's like you can interpret it, you know, in multiple ways, but it's like she's slipping the knife in his heart, in a beautiful metaphor, and to stop him hurting anyone else. And you could easily miss how that's happening. It reminds me of the Billie Eilish track Bellyache, where she's just really softly singing about how her friends' bodies are in the boot of her car. I'll tell you what else as well, that's a 4-minute 51 song, and 3 minutes just floated away there. For my own editing schedule, I think I'll have to stop it there, but no, that is truly beautiful. Jaydonclover, Recovering Lover, 5 stars, says it on the cover. Check her out, she absolutely deserves so much support, so much acclaim for the music that she is writing. Okay, we've got through the Spotify playlist, a few more special extra additions to play, including, without further ado, probably potentially the biggest track. I mean, Mahalia, the biggest artist, but there's a really special track I really wanted to include on this from the B-Town boys, the legends, Swim Deep. In lockdown, they have covered a track from Harry Styles, who, in an absolute whirlwind at the end of, I think it was the end of 2019, maybe it was more recent, maybe it was like a couple months ago, but Harry Styles was spotted in a Swim Deep t-shirt. Swim Deep being a band that, you know, I've interviewed them, I've vlogged with them. They're one of our own. They're a Birmingham band who, you know, they shot for the stars and they got there. They were touring America with the 1975, and they've sort of come back to nurture the Birmingham scene. They're older, they're wiser, but they're making more engaging, exciting music than ever. The latest album, Emerald Classics, is beautiful. I've got the vinyl. Hang on. There you go. I've got the signed cover. They're lovely guys as well. Genuinely lovely people, and it's been an honour to get to know them. They have covered Harry Styles' Falling, and it's a complete reinvention of the song. I love what they've done with it, so here it is. You can buy it on Bandcamp for £1. It's taken me back to their second album, Mothers, actually. There you go, you get the gist. I love how it's like the Swim Deep old school like slacker synthiness, but then you can tell that it's a pop loop as well. And it takes a while to actually recognise that it is Harry Styles Falling. And when he sings the first, you know, line, that's where I'm like, ah, okay. That's when it clicks. I think Ozzy's such an amazing vocalist as well. Like, I can't think of anyone who's got a voice quite like his, and his songwriting as well. It just captures that indie escapism that I think of when I'm watching Skins, or thinking back to, like, I don't know, thinking about this Birmingham scene as a whole and going to gigs and being young and just trying to enjoy your life. I really hope Harry listened to this track, and I really hope he's heard it. I know he's a busy man, but I've got to say, in terms of unanimous acclaim, you can't get much more unanimous than 482 likes and no dislikes. Who could dislike this? I think in so many ways it's such a great time for music because there's been a bit of a renaissance. Like when I was growing up, it was like, oh, you were into indie music and you had to hate pop music. You had to, well, you didn't have to, but it was kind of like, oh, One Direction are crap. And you know, I think I fell into that trap of being like, oh, I hate rap music, oh, I hate One Direction. When actually, if you look back at that music, genre doesn't have to be a boundary in that way. And there's so much amazing songwriting, amazing talent going across like every genre. And Harry Styles now, his album, Fine Line, is beautiful. It's so good. And I'm so happy that Swim Deep are supporting him. Hopefully at a rescheduled date coming soon. Okay, at this point in the video, big U-turn going, because I think you watch a lot of YouTube videos and it's like the background is static. The background is not a 3D space in vlogs. I'm about to blow your mind and tear the fourth wall apart. Because I'm going to pick up this camera, oh my god, on my tripod, which is now going to be like horrendously off kilter when I put it back. But the next track I'm going to play for you is on this vinyl player, and it comes from a band called Hoopla Blue. I think that's upside down. These boys are from King's Heath. They're an experimental band. If you like W.A.S.P, you're in for a massive treat because they're really experimental in that way. They remind me of like early W.A.S.P, like Limbo Panto W.A.S.P. They supported Mac DeMarco in Birmingham at the O2 Academy. It was absolutely wild to see them. I only got in halfway through their set because the queue was so long, even for the first band, given they were on like 15 minutes after doors. But this is a track off their new EP album called Planted, with a little upward arrow instead of an A. It's called W.A.S.P, but it's W-A.S.P, and I just love it. It's probably my favourite track on the album. So, oh. I love vinyl. It kind of really works with the scratchy vocals. You're blurring my toes, I step astray. Flagrantly we play a game, you lay your eggs between my legs. That's just, oh, I love that so much. It's like, I just love it. It's very W.A.S.P. I really want to have it just on full volume, but you do need to hear what I'm saying a little bit. I hope you really get the kind of the Hayden Thorpe vibe in his voice. Yes! That's where it kicks off. Now as well. Yeah, these boys literally came round to my house because I'm from a place in Birmingham called King's Heath, as are Hoopla Blue, as are the amazing band Flares. They came round to my house to drop this vinyl off. They've got loads of different colours of them, and they've been asking people to post them. You can get them on Bandcamp. And again, it's so sick to see, you know, bands at an unsigned level going out there, making vinyls, giving people, you know, a flavour of what they're capable of, and giving themselves the 5-star band treatment that they deserve. Right, we're just crank that down now. Shout out to my girlfriend for putting JoJo Siwa stickers on my vinyl. It always does bring brightness. I've got some on my laptop as well. Right, okay. A few more tracks to go. The chair is now over there. Oh man, there you go. Technical changes. It's like a game of musical chairs this episode. Right. Oh man. I think 2 more tracks to go now. 2 or 3. Okay. Next track is a remix of an awesome track from a band from Coventry. They get upset whenever I say that. Not seriously upset, but not Hoopla Blue. Feet. They're not from Coventry. Some of them met at Coventry, but I think the member of the band who's from Coventry isn't in there anymore. They have a track called Add Blue, which is just wonderful and weird. It's basically, I don't even know what to call it. It doesn't really fit a genre label, but it's weird, it's wonderful. They're in the video for it in some kind of like Red Dead Redemption Wild West setting, but instead of guns they have kettles and they're all dressed up like cowboys. And it's about like scraping at the bottom of the barrel and God no, I don't know, they probably know what it's about, but a guy from Birmingham called The New Consistent, who, funny enough, this is a great Swim Deep link. Some of his tracks have been produced by Ozzy from Swim Deep. He's doing spoken word stuff a bit like The Streets, which we love here in Birmingham. His new track is a remix of a Feet track, Add Blue. So here it is, it's very cool, check it out.
Look, I'll lose sleep and I'll gain it back the next morning. And I'll slide them in this empty wallet of mine.
So you see what I mean with Streets. I get a bit of a Damon Albarn Park Life vibe from him as well.
Who's who to tell me if I'm right or if I should leave the guessing to the experts.
And he's such a good producer as well. He's really fit the stems, I think he said, of Add Blue, which Feet sent to him around this.
I guess I'll just...
If you haven't already, you need to see Feet live because they are absolutely insane in the best way. They're throwing themselves all around the stage. I think the bassist ends up like pretty much on his knees with the bass like above his head most of the time.
Listen, choosing to stay up late, later than the average loser, I tell you, it isn't really a choice. Because if you're feeling the way that I do right now, all the little people inside you, they won't rejoice.
It's just, I don't know why that's reminding me of the Monster Mash there, but I love Feet. I think they're hilarious and incredibly talented and fun, which a lot of modern indie bands, I don't think they start out trying to think about being entertaining, and that is an important part of music. Feet are one of the most entertaining bands I know, so a big shout out to them. And that has brought us up to the final song of the Lockdown Listening Party. This has genuinely taken me, it must have been like 40 minutes to film, so I hope it is coherent, I hope it cuts down, and sorry if it's a bit long. But a big shout out for the final track to Ghostzart, who sent me this track on email. I don't really know him, I'm not sure where I know him from. Or he just, I assume, found my email, sent it to me. I really loved it, it's very different to everything I've played in the video so far. I feel there's maybe like a musical relation to Scarlord, or that kind of trap, not trap metal, but the trap rock. And he sent me this track, Johnny Cash. I loved it, here it is. Simple. So there you go, that's where I get the Scarlett from, because you've got this style of music which, in my opinion, you know, has its roots in stuff like Rage Against the Machine and Linkin Park, and then has come through more with what's happening in American rap, and you have people like Ghostmane and here in the UK Scarlord, who are combining elements of rock, whether that be, you know, metal or something a little more alternative, with these trap rap beats. Like you have the, you know, the electric drum beat in the background, and it's such a rich combination. It's so weird that it's come together like that, but it works so well, and I feel like Ghostzart is a part of that. And I love the opening line, I hurt myself today, I'm Johnny Cash. If you want to create an impactful song, nail the first line. Great example, White Lies, Price of Love. Don't lay a finger, Russ said, but he held her with 5. Kissed the crest of her lips and put his hands on her thighs. Love you, Harry McVeigh. It's actually a nice song to end on because it has that kind of like walking away aspect of music. So there you go, Ghostzart, Johnny Cash, the song we're ending on this little lockdown listening party. Please still be recording. Oh, good it is. There you go. Okay, so a massive shout out to Ghostzart, a massive shout out to everyone who has sent music in. If you want to get me reacting to any tracks on this lockdown listening party, I will be definitely doing another one. I'm going to try and get it to one a week. Just send your tracks to timsennamedia@gmail.com, which is on the screen right now. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Have a great lockdown. And check out my new documentaries with Riskus that are hopefully being recommended up next, because they're lots of fun. A football gets run over by a bus. Our van breaks down at 11 o'clock. And we don't get home until 9 AM. It's very entertaining stuff. So